And we have one hidden upgrade right here. Well, sort of hidden. Pretty plainly, obviously hidden, but hidden nonetheless. We got a missile tank. And then we're going to go back up through here, and we have to make our way to the main elevator that goes down to the different sectors of the ship. There are 6 of them, each with their own themes. But first, we get our first look at the SAX. Which is weird that the SAX has no pupils, which I know they're kind of going for almost like a zombie kind of look for it, but you would think they would still need to, you know, copy the pupils in order to be able to see. But I guess the X as a gelatinous parasite doesn't naturally have any vision, so maybe it doesn't need the eyes. And it instead relies on a series of other senses, vibrational, electromagnetic, who knows, in order to navigate its environments. Okay, so here Adam's going to tell us we need to take out the atmospheric stabilizers that have been corrupted by the X. Or at least we have to not take out the stabilizers, but we have to cleanse them from the X. Yeah, because they're trying to, as it says in alter the environment to their needs. And I have 5 of them to clear. And this is really just more of another tutorial area. It's really kind of meant to teach you, like, oh, you can cling to ladders and cling to things and fire missiles at the same time and different directions and all that stuff. And I normally save when I enter a new segment, a new area, a new sector for the first time. I really kind of space out my saves quite a bit. I don't know why I jumped over that. I didn't need to. Because there's really, a lot of times, no need to save in a lot of areas. Because I'm not really going to be in a lot of danger, except for a few main fights. There's going to be a few fights that are going to give me some real trouble, and I'll save before those. Mainly the spider boss, Yakuza. Okay, take out, wow, okay. Maybe I should have warmed up a little bit more. But we need to get this energy tank down here. First boss, hard boss. Don't worry, I'll warm up. It'll be easier later. We have another room up in this corner up here. And grab the X-Parasite that spawns from it. And there is a green one floating around down here, but I missed it, so I just need to make sure I save at least 3 missiles for the Door Guardian before one of the bosses coming up. This was not the room I thought it was. But you can see I don't really take a lot of damage from a lot of things, but when you get later in the game, some of these enemies do a lot of damage. Some of them will do a lot of damage. But at the same time, I'm going to have significantly more energy tanks and more powerful weapons to deal with them, so it won't be as bad. Okay, another one bites the dust. That is, what, 3 of them? I was really hoping one of those guys would give me more missiles. And I was hoping he would give me more missiles, too. Nope, I wanted to jump. There we go. In this room, after killing him, you actually will move... Oh, I meant to land on this platform. You'll actually move to this room here and find another power-up. Another missile tank. Hoping he'll give me missiles. And he just gives me health. And I'm wasting small seconds here and there, which, from like a speedrun perspective, is really bad. Because this game, since it's so execution heavy, really relies around trimming off seconds in your fights and in your movement in order to get the maximum value that you can out of each area. Get through it, get everything you can in a timely manner, and get out. And that'll become a lot more prevalent later. Oh my goodness, normally I don't miss that. Normally I actually walk in through an angle there, but the fact that I think commentating is kind of messing with me a little bit because there's a lot of little things I'm missing here. So if I go silent for a second, it's because I am concentrating on what I'm doing and not anything else. But I have 14 missiles. That's plenty for the area that I'm coming up to because we're going to be fighting a boss here soon. I'm not worried about taking damage now that I have so much health because the red X parasite that I get will completely replenish it at this level. Yeah, I'm backed up to 30 missiles, 3 energy tanks. And we get a Chozo statue, but surprise, it's an X all along, which is weird because the Chozo statues I don't think are organic. However, the power-up may be what it took over. So one more missile should do it. And we have restored the charge beam functionality. So this lets us charge up a beam that is roughly equivalent to a missile. But also, you can see that when I fire, there's a little muzzle flash, I guess you could call it. And that's a little spark that actually will deal damage as well. So if you can get your charge beam inside of an enemy when you release it, then it will actually do significantly more damage and is used in a lot of fights. So we're going to go through here and get another missile tank. And not get killed on the way. Okay, and this should be the last atmospheric stabilizer. And there's a trick where you just kind of jump at it and get that little, like, flash into it. And I'm not as efficient as some guys, but it works. Instead of having to run around and shoot through the blocks and shoot it from the other side, you can just do that. Also, the charge beam is just a little bit wider than the regular beam, so it's easier to hit enemies and do things. And we have another secret here. I always jump up the left wall first, because then if you pull everything off right, I said if you pull everything off right, why is it not letting me? Why is it not letting me jump? There. If you pull everything off right, you land right up on the ledge. That was weird. Okay. I'm not going to save yet because there's no point. We'll be able to save when we get to the next sector. And the next sector is, in my opinion, the most dangerous this early on in the game because the enemies do a lot of damage to you and it's really easy to die if you're not careful. And again, I'm just kind of ignoring most of those enemies. There's no real need for me to just stand there and try and fight them off and everything. And it's just easy enough for me just to kind of burst through them and just get through the area. No need to go up there. No need to recharge. I have plenty of missiles. I'll hit recharge rooms here and there if I really need them. Okay, atmospheric stabilizers are online, but many X have already made it to other sectors, it seems. In particular, Sector 2, the tropical sector, shows abnormalities. I suspect the X entered the sector with the help of our unseen saboteur. He or it may be in Tro now. Samus, get over there. We need to put an end to this. Alright. So now we're on our way to Sector 2, which we'll come back to Sector 2 quite a few times. Sector 2 has a lot of items in it, and it has some of the hardest cleanup as well. I actually think it's the most difficult sector to clean up. And then right after that, that's a close tie with the Sector 6 cleanup, though. The Sector 6 cleanup is kind of rough, too. Because there's a couple little tricks you have to pull off that make it so that you have a smoother route to clean everything up. Alright, Sector 2. I'm gonna grab a drink during this little scene. Ah, delicious water. I'm just gonna leave the lid off. Make it easier to drink. Alright, an X mimicking Samus, the SAX, or the Sax, as people like to call it. Came from the capsule containing infected suit parts. Used a power bomb to escape the quarantine bay, and the explosion breached the capsules containing all the X that started this disaster. My nose is itching so bad. Yeah, the X mimicking Samus at full power has the ice beam, and Samus, because of the Metroid vaccine, is vulnerable to cold, can be frozen, and then super missiled. It's pretty bad. It's pretty rough. Okay, so I need to unlock the level 1 locks before I can get to the data room to get bombs. So now that we're in a new sector, I'm going to go ahead and save real quick. And this is one of the easier... Like I said, this, although it is dangerous through here, it is also easier because the enemies aren't yet at their full power. Drop! It's like the game's eating my inputs, or something's going on with my GBA or something. Not entirely certain. That, or I'm just not noticing it because I'm trying to commentate at the same time. That's probably honestly what it is just me being bad and not able to optimally play the game and talk about it at the same time, so... Alright, and here we have our first security room to unlock blue doors, the level 2 locks, or level 1 locks. Yeah. The gray are level 0 instead of level 1, which is really weird, so... But security level 1 is unlocked, so I can use blue doors now. And these little caterpillar enemies, I forget what they're called, but they have a really cool cycle. We'll watch them actually turn into cocoons and then start hatching from the cocoons and then take their full forms when everything is said and done. Really cool to kind of watch it happen over time. And there's, in this, oh wait, I need bombs to get that secret in that one room. Okay. I almost, and I actually need to start watching my health. I need to be more careful. Because this is where I'm most likely to die based on the runs I've had in the past. But we are going to get an enemy soon that's going to give us a red X parasite. So as long as we can survive until then, just fine. We'll be okay. But after we get the bomb data here, we can hear the SAX breaking everything down here. And there actually is no encounter possible at this point. There is no SAX, despite the fact that you can hear it walking around down there. But it's a little too early for that. But here we have bombs. And yeah, I'm already down to way too low of health. So I just gotta be really careful through here. There is a save room there, but save room takes time. So we have a secret here. Opens up this room. Gets us some nice missile tank. Then with this game is, again, really good at teaching you the mechanics, forcing you to use bomb jump there, so you learn that, hey, the bombs can actually bounce you. Break that. Wait for him. And grab both of those dudes. Blast you. And then just get ready to open that door and get through it as quickly as possible. And there's a lot of areas where it looks like there could be secrets through here, but honestly, this game, the secret layout is actually really nice. There's a lot of secrets that are in really good locations. Okay, I gotta be careful here. That's what I was worried about. This blue guy here, though, he'll give us a red parasite. And now we are out of the danger zone, so that's good. Nothing too much to worry about. Another hidden missile tank. And I guess you could kind of use this as kind of a walkthrough if you so desire. There are ways that you can definitely optimize this run beyond what I'm capable of doing. I just don't have the skills necessary in a lot of areas to execute everything as perfect as it should be. Although I am not bad at the game, I will say. But there's definitely ways that you can increase how quickly you get through the game, and you can definitely optimize the boss fights a lot more than I do. But now we're making our way to the third boss of the game? The high jump boss, which I forget his name, but he's really simple to take care of.